When Beatrice opened the carefully wrapped package, she was surprised to find her grandmother's old music box nestled within the folds of tissue paper. It was beautiful, crafted from dark wood with delicate carvings of roses and vines that curled around the edges. In the center, a delicate ballerina in a faded pink tutu posed elegantly, frozen in a pirouette. A faint layer of dust covered its surface, as if it had been waiting, untouched, for years. Her grandmother had always been mysterious, rarely talking about her past and often retreating to her room when things got too loud or lively. Beatrice could still remember visiting as a child and hearing faint music coming from her grandmother's room, an eerie lullaby that echoed through the house late at night. Now, she turned the little brass key on the side and lifted the lid. A hauntingly beautiful melody floated out, filling her small apartment with its melancholy tune. She couldn't place the song, but it felt achingly familiar, like a dream half-remembered. For a moment, she felt calm. But then, she noticed something odd. Her cat, Juniper, who usually loved to sleep on the windowsill, was gone. Beatrice searched the apartment, calling for her, but Juniper was nowhere to be found. She must have slipped outside, she thought, though she was usually so careful with doors and windows. That night, she had trouble sleeping. She thought she saw shadows shifting in the corners of her room, and just as she began to drift off, she could swear she heard that strange, haunting tune again, echoing softly from somewhere beyond her bedroom door. Over the next few days, other things began to disappear. First, it was her favorite mug, then a hairbrush, a book, even her keys vanished for a while, before she found them in an unexpected drawer. Each time, the music box's song played in her mind, as if it were calling to her. She felt compelled to open it again, to let the music wrap around her like a comforting but chilly embrace. One evening, when the sun was setting and the apartment was cast in long shadows, she caught a glimpse of something in the mirror by her bed. Her reflection looked distorted, as if the glass itself were warped, but as she stepped closer, the reflection sharpened, and she realized with horror that it wasn't her reflection at all. It was her grandmother. But not the gentle, quiet woman she'd known. This version of her grandmother was twisted, her face pale and hollow, her eyes darkened to deep, empty sockets. She wore the same dress Beatrice had seen her in countless times, but it was torn and dirt-stained. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. Beatrice froze, unable to tear her gaze away from the figure in the mirror, who stared back at her, unblinking. The next day, she packed the music box into a box, intending to take it to an antique store, or anywhere that would take it away from her. But when she opened the front door, she found herself unable to step through. Her body felt paralyzed, her hand frozen on the knob. A faint, familiar melody drifted from the box in her hands. It grew louder and louder until it was deafening, pounding against her skull. She dropped the box in shock, and the melody ceased instantly. As the days passed, she found herself listening to the music box more and more, almost in a trance. Each time she played it, she noticed new details in her grandmother's apparition. The decaying face grew clearer, her skin paler, her eyes filled with a mix of sorrow and anger. Her grandmother's mouth moved as if trying to speak, but no words reached Beatrice's ears. One night, she couldn't help but play the music box again. This time, as the song floated through the room, her grandmother's figure stepped forward from the mirror, its hand reaching out, fingers curled like claws. Beatrice's pulse hammered, but she couldn't move. She watched as her grandmother's apparition grew closer, her face twisted with an expression of desperate longing. The apparition reached out to touch Beatrice's face, and a bone-chilling cold spread through her skin. She tried to pull away, but her body refused to obey. Slowly, her grandmother's fingers curled around her hand, guiding it back toward the music box. As the song reached its final notes, Beatrice felt a strange heaviness settle over her. Her vision blurred, and when she blinked, she was standing in front of the mirror, staring at her own reflection, or so she thought. But her face looked different, more hollow, the color fading from her cheeks. She looked down at her hands, which were pale and shaking. The music box was still in her grip. A noise behind her made her whirl around, and she saw herself, or a version of herself, standing in the room, eyes wide with terror. She realized, with a sense of horror that twisted her insides, that she was now the one in the mirror. The new Beatrice tilted her head, a slow, eerie smile forming on her lips as she picked up the music box and placed it carefully on a shelf. And then, she walked out of the room, leaving Beatrice trapped in the silent, unending confines of her grandmother's haunted heirloom.
Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content.